KUUUCH.
Hey, Tampa Bay, Bucks down the left field line. That ball is gone.
You already know why we're rocking this jersey. The Tampa Bay Lightning's all-time leader in points. He already had the record, but broke his own record. 129 points and counting in a season. Get you a glass. Get you a glass. I'll give you some time. Get you a glass. Never mind. This is Kucherov we're talking about. You don't need a glass. You don't need none of the fancy stuff. You can get a Coors Light, a Miller's Light, whatever you got. Cooch is fine with it. Cooch is happy with it. We know. Come on now. We've seen the boat parades. We've seen the interviews. He doesn't need nothing crazy. But share a drink with Cooch tonight, because that guy's a legend. He deserves it. He deserves it. So like I was saying, 129 points in a season. Beating that 128 season from 2019 where he won the Hart Trophy. This year he's in a bit more of a competitive race with McKinnon and McDavid. The three of them are just going crazy, but for Cooch to have 129 and carry the team the way he has, oh my, he has to get the Hart. He has to get the Hart. I don't think he'll get it, but he needs to get it. 129 points. What would this team be without Kucherov? I promise you, a lot worse than the Avalanche would be without McKinnon, and the Oilers would be without McDavid. Most valuable player, if we're talking about most valuable to the team, it's number 86. Oh yeah, the Lightning played the Maple Leafs tonight. Right. It wasn't just Kucherov. So, Vasilevsky versus Woll. Massive game, obviously, between these two teams. The Lightning being 6 points behind the Leafs to start this game. Can whoever has the meme where it's the picture of the rearview mirror and it says objects in mirror are closer than they appear, give that to your closest Maple Leafs fan, because we're right there. We're right there. And we see you guys again in the last game of the season, so we're here. You thought we were out of reach. You guys thought you were out of reach. Yeah, we're here. Closer than it appears. So starting to break down the game here from that first period, the Leafs were honestly the ones putting that pressure on the Lightning throughout most of the game, especially in that first period. The Lightning were playing on their heels. And 5-on-5 situations wasn't looking great. Leafs were drawing penalties. Not great. So to end that first period tied 1-1, that's great. That's great with how they played. Sure, I'll take that. About 10 minutes into the game, the Leafs have a delayed penalty, so Lightning are 6-on-5 for a good while there, and Victor Hedman picks out the top left corner. Wall can't stop it. Lightning go up 1-0, and that was point 128 for Kucherov. And before I go any further with this video, Andrei Vasilevsky goes into Toronto and just builds a wall. Just builds a wall in front of the net. Yes, the Leafs got a power play, minute left in the period, and before the Lightning could even get to Matthews, he was already putting a slapper on net. It'd be Vasilevsky. Whatever. Let's say after that, there's a wall in front of the net. Nothing's getting through. Between the block shots and then Andrei Vasilevsky himself, the side-to-side movement, leg kicks, he was on it tonight. That was, as I like to say, not Andrei Vasilevsky. That was the big cat. In that first intermission, Victor Hedman said on the way to the locker room that was the worst first period that the Lightning have had in a long time. And like I said, tied 1-1 against a team like the Maple Leafs, yeah, we will take that for sure. In the second period, within those first 5 minutes, we have .129 for KUUUCH. He's able to find Braden Point wide open in front of the net. Somehow you let Braden Point get that wide open in front of Wall. That's a goal. That's a goal. Lightning go up 2-1 as Point is able to move around Wall and score that goal. And then obviously the history behind that goal. Legend. And then about 5 minutes later, it's Stammer time. On a 2-on-1, he looks to Sorelli, says, nah, I'm a goal scorer. I'm a shooter. I'm in my hometown. Let me put this thing on net. That's a goal. 3-1 Lightning. The Leafs get another power play opportunity, but this hot penalty kill, yes, like I said, they gave one up to Matthews, but really, what were they going to do? It's 5-on-4. Right off the face-off, he hits the slap shot. You can't really set up and play defense for that. But everything else, I mean, what they have 5 or 6? I think five power plays, 4 for 5 on the kill. We'll take that. We'll take that all day. Some great saves by Vasi, some great shot blocking. Fleury, I believe Hagel had some. It was really nice to see. It was really nice to see team putting the body on the line. And they want to beat this team. Any chance they get the opportunity to do this, they really would like to do it. I'm sure that's the feeling in the locker room. The pedigree this team has, the standards that some of these stars, Kucherov, Stamkos, Vasi, Hedman, Point, that they hold themselves to, exiting in the first round is it doesn't meet those standards. So I'm sure there's a little something there. So after the second, the pressure was still primarily being put on by the Maple Leafs, but it was an improvement from the first period for sure, especially 5-on-5 scenarios. A little bit cleaner, but still giving up penalties going into that third period. I'm sure that was what they talked about. Need to be better in 5-on-5. Need to be cleaner. Can't give up penalties to this team. Too many goal scorers. Can't let that happen. And 5-on-5, that has been the weakness of this team, especially against the Maple Leafs. That is how they've beaten us in the past, and it felt good. It felt good seeing the improvement from the first to the second, then into the third, getting better throughout the game, and especially in 5-on-5. And like I said, it needed to be clean. No matter how good this penalty kill has been, before tonight's game, before that Austin Matthews goal, it was at 97% over the last month. 97% in the last month. It's not how you win games. It's not how you win games. You got to be clean. In that third period, we got I was going to say a heavyweight bout, but it was, I think the announcer said it was more like a heavyweight versus welterweight. Reeves is a massive guy. Jeannot, big, but not that big. But we knew it was coming. We saw them going back and forth a little bit throughout the game. They'd bump each other, or you see them just skate past each other and have something to say to one another. We knew it was going to come eventually. And it delivered. Big shots from both sides. Jeannot got him with the uppercut. Reeves got him with a few overhands. And, yeah, that was good stuff. Reeves definitely won that one. That one definitely goes to Reeves. But Jeannot held his own, was able to stand there, take some shots, give one really good one. And honestly, Reeves is the only one that left bleeding. It wasn't from his face. His knuckles were bleeding pretty bad. But yeah, Reeves definitely, he won that one. The Lightning power play follows that big fight, and that was the best of the night, but it still gets killed off. So still that 2-goal advantage that you really want to knock up to 3 because you don't want them to score and then have the chance to, have that empty net and somehow tie it. Just don't even want to play that game. No. And of course that eventually comes from the guy. This guy loves the Maple Leafs and loves playing in Toronto. His name is Nick Paul. His name is Nick Paul. What a snipe to put that past wall and to put the Lightning up 4-1 and pretty much put the dagger into the heart of the Maple Leafs. That was the final. 4-1. Lightning win. That's a 4-point swing. That's a huge game, obviously, divisional opponent. If the Leafs won, it would have went to an 8-point difference. Lightning won, it goes to a 4-point difference. Deserve to win-o-meter gives it 60% to 40% for the Maple Leafs. Like I said, those first two periods especially, they had the pressure on the Lightning. The Lightning were the ones playing on their back foot. And like I said, shout out to Vasilevsky. Shout out to the defense for not giving up too many dangerous chances despite how many shots the Leafs were putting on the net during those first two periods. You find a way to win games. That's what good teams do. This was pretty much the script in the playoffs last year. I think most people would say that the Lightning outplayed the Maple Leafs, but the Maple Leafs found a way to win, whether it be getting in front of Vasilevsky and just being able to tip a puck in, or just getting real messy and making the Lightning, discombobulated and whatever it was. Even if the Lightning had the better chances or outplayed the Leafs won. And that's all that matters. Same here tonight. Flip that script. The Lightning won. That's all that matters. Looking at the shot chart here, looks fairly even to me. Both teams with a decent amount of chances right around net. I mean, if the... What is this? Why are we looking like this? If the chances are similar, I'm taking Vasilevsky over Wall all day. Like, let's be for real. Okay, well, this doesn't want to work, so we'll go to ESPN. Vasilevsky with that .966 save percentage tonight. 1 goal allowed on 29 shots. And of course, the goals come from Stamkos, Point, Paul, and Hedman. On the assists, Kucherov had 3, so that does bump him up to 130 as his total. Not sure where McKinnon and McDavid are off the top of my head, but 3 points is a pretty good night. So hopefully McKinnon and McDavid do not match that. Hagel, 2 assists. Duclair with an assist. And Fleury, Radish as well. As for the Leafs, they did have that 1 goal, as I already mentioned, from Austin Matthews. And that one did come from Morgan Riley, if I remember correctly. So let's go ahead and take a look at these standings following this game. Of course, already mentioned, it's now a 4-point difference. Once again, before the Lightning just lost to the Red Wings, it was a 4-point difference. They lost, ended up at 6 because the Maple Leafs beat the Panthers. So knocked it back to 4. There's nothing really to worry about anymore, but still just looking at who's behind the Lightning. Capitals 74 games played, 82 points. Red Wings 75 games played, 82 points. Wow, it's getting real. Wow. Penguins are only 3 points back. That's crazy. Where did they come from? I ain't worried about them, but there's a couple teams that maybe should be. So this was the first game of a back-to-back. The Lightning are at Montreal tomorrow to play the Canadiens. And it'll be interesting to see if they end up playing Tompkins, since Johansson is out with injury. Tompkins just being called up. Vasilevsky playing tonight. Ooh. I mean, I guess I'd assume that they play Tompkins. We'll see how he does. Hopefully the defense can play a pretty sound game and not put too much pressure on Tompkins to try and save the Lightning in this game. Let's be clean, let's be sound, and not give up too many high danger chances against this Montreal team. That's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below your thoughts on this game. Was a fun one for Lightning fans. But for real, that's it for me. Please like, subscribe. Go Bolts.